player who is not satisfied with the Houston Texans could join the Raiders. He is a player who has potential star status. This pleases the Raiders, but perhaps this is not the best addition to be made now. Subscribe to the channel if you want to receive daily information about the Raiders. If you watched the final quarter of the 2023 season, it might not come as a huge surprise to find out that the Raiders were willing to part ways with running back Josh Jacobs, who was injured for the final 4 games of the year in an end to a disappointing season. A year after leading the NFL in rushing yards, Jacobs returned with just 805 rushing yards in 13 games as the Raiders' offense struggled for most of 2023. Still, if you've heard Coach Antonio Pierce profess his admiration for Jacobs on a weekly basis, the fact that the team let him walk is a surprise indeed. Pierce promised to make Jacobs and the running game his focus. But in those final 4 games, something else happened. Second-year big man Zamir White emerged, recording 397 rushing yards from weeks 15 to 18. So, Jacobs is gone and White is the man going into 2024. Still, White is a 4th-round pick who is still an unknown commodity. The Raiders backed him with Vikings free agent Alexander Mattison, but could still use another option to support White or even challenge him for the starting role. And at Pro Football Focus, they have an ideal way to do it: a trade for Texan Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce seemed to establish himself as a potential star when he was a rookie, as he rushed for a respectable 939 yards in 13 games, averaging 4.3 yards per carry. His 2022 season, however, ended when he suffered an ankle injury that kept him out of the final 4 games of the season. Pierce totaled 4 rushing touchdowns and added 165 receiving yards out of the backfield, with another touchdown. The Texans appeared poised to make him a key part of the offense in 2023, but he lost in rushing to free agent Devin Singletary. Pierce is just 24 years old. He should still have some gas in the tank. But last season, he took a strange step back. Pierce averaged just 2.9 yards per carry and played just 32% of the team's snaps. Given his O2 and pass success, however, he is a prime trade candidate for teams that don't get the running back they want in this week's draft. Here's what Marcus Mosher wrote in PFF. The Texans have already added Joe Mixon and rewarded him with a new contract. He'll be their starter in 2024 and beyond, but it wouldn't be surprising to see the Texans draft a running back with some speed to complement him. Fortunately for Pierce, this is a pretty weak running back class, and there could be a handful of teams looking for a capable starter on the trade market. Teams in need of a starting caliber running back might be interested in trading a late day 3 pick for Pierce, who fits better in a gap scheme.